Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. Today we're doing the What's Next on former welterweight champion of the world and Manny Pacquiao beater Yordenis Ugas, following his second consecutive defeat and decision loss to Mario Barrios as he challenged for the vacant WBC Interim welterweight title on the Canelo and Charlo undercard. Now, before we get into this, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel up here. You know, this fight with Ugas, you know, it was a tough one, man. You know, Ugas had his moments, especially in the first half. He landed some good shots. I think he even stunned Barrios a couple times. But you could just tell the age and the beatdown that he took against Spence. It was just those signs were just there, you know, and he really took a beating against Spence. And in this one, Barrios, just being the younger and bigger fighter, Ugas just was outmatched, you know, and I picked him to win. But you know, I did say going in that I believe that Barrios stood a real chance in this one, you know, because of his youth and height and reach advantage. And you know, Barrios fought a very, very good fight, and Ugas tried his ass off all the way down, but it was just not enough. And again, he looked old, and you know, he's up there now. I believe he's 36, 37. So the big question now is, what's next for Ugas following this loss? And I honestly and truly believe that Ugas should hang him up after a loss like that, because, you know, he did get, you know, his eye was kind of beat up again. That eye looks like it's going to continue to be an issue. That's the same eye that Errol Spence beat the shit out of, and swelled up pretty bad. I think Ugas should hang him up. I think that should be it for him. I think he should really sit back and think about it. You know, at the very least, if he does return, it shouldn't be such a long layoff. I know he's coming off 2 back-to-back losses, but he didn't fight for a year and a half, you know, after Spence. And maybe the long layoff, you know, maybe the effects from that fight caused the long layoff. But if he's, you know, he should try to come back a little bit sooner, maybe like a year or less. But I don't know. I don't know if he should come back at all. I honestly believe he should retire. But let's run through the top 10 anyways real quick and see if there's any possible options out there for him. We start with Errol Spence, a rematch. Not going to happen. No need for it. Spence dominated him. No, there's no way. Terrence Crawford, no way. The undisputed champ now. There's just no absolute way that would happen. Boots Ennis. Boots wouldn't fight him, and I don't think Ugas would step up and fight Boots. I mean, I don't think Boots should fight him. Maybe Boots would get so desperate that he would say, all right, I'll defend my belt against him. But, man, I just think that would be a bad look, and I think Boots would really hurt Ugas. And I don't think that should happen. Keith One-Time Thurman. I mean, if Thurman really wanted to fight a guy like Ugas, he would have fought him prior to this. I don't think Thurman would be interested. I'm sure Ugas would, because Thurman's a name, but I don't think Thurman would be interested. I'm on to Stanionis. I don't think Stanionis would beat him up as bad as Boots would, but I think it would be along the level of the performance that Barrios put up. And I mean, maybe both sides would be interested. This originally was the belt that Ugas won, but I just honestly, I mean, it's possible, but I don't think so. Again, Virgil Ortiz is moving to 154, so that's not happening. Radza Butayev, maybe. You know, both PBC guys. Butayev's been out of the ring since actually the same night that Ugas lost to Spence. That was the night that Utayev lost to Stanionis. So maybe they would fight each other. Cody Crowley, maybe, you know, even though Crowley's trying to line himself up for a title shot, maybe Crowley would take that fight. And then Romain Villa, I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to tell. And I think there are possibilities because Ugas is the Manny Pacquiao beater. So I'm sure some of the guys would be willing to fight Ugas just to get him on their resume. But at what cost to those fighters to get him on their resume? They might really hurt Ugas. And at what cost to Ugas's health would he be taking that risk? So for me, if Ugas returns, I think it should be low-level opposition. But I really don't believe he should return. I think he should hang him up. I mean, Ugas, nothing to hang his head about. This guy fucking did great in the little bit of a time, and considering his style, his age, all that shit, he really overachieved big time. You know, he got the shot against Porter, and a lot of people thought he should have won that fight. You know, a lot of people thought he got robbed. Then he goes out and dominates Omar Figueroa Jr. He gets upgraded to regular champion. He beats Abel Ramos. You know, and then following that, gets the showdown with Manny Pacquiao. You know, and you know, when Errol Spence had to pull out of the fight, he gets the crack at Pacquiao and he beats Pacquiao convincingly, ends Pacquiao's career, and then you know, gets the showdown with Errol Spence. So I mean, just the win over Pacquiao alone to be able to end his career. You know, he's been in the ring with the best welterweights: Porter, Pacquiao, Spence. I mean, you really, in my opinion, there's nothing else for him to achieve. And I like Ugas, and I wouldn't want to see him get hurt. So I hope he does hang him up. So that's it. That's what I got. That's my what's next on former welterweight champion of the world, Yordenis Ugas, following his heartbreaking 12-round unanimous decision loss to Mario Barrios on the September 30th Canelo versus Charlo undercard. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.